see Dad, Gary, rolling Nick into the box there.
Michael Coward in the flying brick, and he's currently leading the points for the championship here, 1350 points to Stephen McKay in Kinback Jack. He's in second place with 1285 points.
Yeah, chatted to Nick earlier, he said he was going to be absolutely chasing McKay down for those points to try to knock him out. So he can get there's only 35 points between Stephen and Nick at the moment, so that if Nick can go a round or two more than Stephen, he'll sneak into second place. It might be a bit harder to take down Mr. Michael Coward. It's not a mathematical impossibility for Nick to claim number one in the championship standing after this meeting. Just think that to be favourable for him and not so favourable for the parade. At 174 up against Mr. Coward's 928 at 145. Cadillac Jack Racing. With a 9-4 at 137. Wow. And the Gold Digger Racing front engine dragster, lane 2, currently 4th position in the points table. Be at Topolino, a pretty classic shape for the dragster, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Those in the 23T Ultimate, probably the most common competition of body styles in New Zealand, if not the world, I think. But Brad Taylor's front engine dragster, it's got the spark plug in the right place now. It's got the Hemi, and there's just something so right about a Hemi-powered front engine dragster. And Brad and I, we were on the same first year block course for engineering apprenticeships back in 06. I think, and Morris McMillan was there as well. So the three of us were on the same engineering block course in 06. Morris McMillan, you mean managing director or whatever he is of Aeroflow Australia? Yep, Brad Taylor, him and myself, we were all on the same engineering and diagnostics first year block course. Up against the 1.4. Old mate on the Topolino was sitting back having a cup of tea. I think Glenn may have had a couple of throttle issues there because it didn't sound like it was exactly happy coming off the line there when he opened the throttle. And we've got Ben Cox in the Datsun 1200 up against Mr. Mike Black in the Twin Supercharged 6 block 1 tonner. And one done around for a while, have we, hasn't?
No, I think this might be the first time he's headed out this season.
Yeah.
And I believe that's a like more of a maritime.
I think they did. One Whipple. Yeah, they normally come out of boats, didn't they?
Yeah, I do believe so.
But this isn't the only fast vehicle that Mr. Black. We've also got a Pro-Charge BS Commodore goes launch, and used to be at the pointy end of Father's Day tracks back in the day, and the current HQ that he's racing, it has got lots of number plates. It is on hold at the moment, just a bit hard dealing with keeping it straight leg with quick and all that, so might see a return to the streets. Here, Jason Cotterill in the background. 907 at 156 for Mr. Black. But the rear door's been welded up. And that is definitely not a Toyota motor anymore in Cotterill Roller. 20 feet turbo? 13 feet. One rotor, mate. We've got Ross Brown in the guest high reader of the day. I can't. Sorry. I speak English and I do that poorly from the sound of it. And he recently got his first assist.
For Brownie. 1.28. Mr. Cotterill.
891 at 145.
I think that's Ben McLeod in the Exterminator.
Yeah, being pushed back unfortunately. Oh bugger. So the Jag.
So another vehicle that recently got into the 6s and 200 mile an hour, Mr. Graham Carter with his Jag here.
And that's one of 3 in the world or something, and they're probably the only one that's currently running, I believe. Mr. Google, Uncle Google, Anton?
Yes, this is one of 3 Jags with body style that returns to drag cars.
Currently active one. Was in Supercharged Outlaws over in Australia and been deep into the 6s. Can't remember off the top of my head. Every time I see that car, I just think of when Jeremy Clarkson used to take the piss out of Jag and be like, I'll take you to the Jag. You know, you remember that episode? Who can forget? Who can forget stuff? Yes.
Sounded like a bit of a Mr. Carter, you're on a pass there.
It sounded like a bit of a flare on the 1-2 shift though.
Yeah, 696 at 193 mile an hour.
Definitely sounded like a bit of a flare in the transmission there on the 1-2 shift though. Want to get that looked at, boys. And we've got Joel Marsh in there. Rotary powered Datsun. Yeah, it's an East Coast USA drag car. You'll notice it's left-hand drive. And up against the high-tech Evo, is that with nitro? Yep.
And it's automatic.
Yeah, it's RVR transmission, isn't it?
I'm not 100% sure. I know that Nigel Nunn's got an RVR transmission.
Not too sure what Mr. Dick Richardson is running. And no, that is not the old docile Evo. No, it's not. That's currently down on the South Island, so please stop asking if it is docile. The docile Evo is sitting in a museum. Yes, so it is quite docile at the moment. Incredible. I think it's sitting in a museum with no engine or anything like that. I think it's just body. Yeah, Andre Simon has said that he would be keen to get it back together one day, but he's got other business and racing interests at the moment, so fair enough, he did. I actually did one of his courses, one of his online courses through COVID. I did the tuning course, and I paid for it because it was cheap, and did the whole tuning course. I learned an incredible amount while I had nothing else better to do at home. That was 4 years ago. It feels like an eternity, but also useless at the same time. Yeah, big happy. And chucking a little bit of smoke out the output. Well through to a 9.2 at 106. 885 at 155 mile an hour for Mr. Richardson. Now a bit of a JDM battle going down here. 3 sedan, rotary powered, going up against the 2JZ. No, I'm not going to finish that word. 2JZ powered. 23T altered.
I believe it is a
of Roy Bigley. You'll see probably one of the most onto it 2JZ people, and I would say probably the most onto it 2JZ people in New Zealand. Mr.
Definitely in New Zealand, if not the world.
Yeah, so Rod Harvey's the Celica still holds the record for the fastest Z in the southern hemisphere, he was telling me this morning. So that man, if you need any information on 2JZ, go and speak to that man there in the cap and glasses. Yep. He was instrumental in me going from LS power to potential 2J power in my Corolla. Yeah, and now spends more of his kids prepping and running his kids' junior drag. How's racing himself? Oh, he did go over to Orlando a couple of times this season. Yeah, I was just having a chat to him earlier on. They're just about to get ready to hit your Aussie and run the Western Series for the junior drag. Action there for Mr. Bingley. Still managing to get through with a 7.2 at 186 miles an hour against the 9.3. More 2J action. Yeah, 2J versus the Aussie 2J in the Formula Barra. Yeah. Mr. We still call him Mazda Bates here. Charlie Bates, that rail used to run, I think it originally ran a small block Ford, didn't it? Then had a 20B turbo rotor in it.
And then a 13B.
And then a 13B. And now runs an all billet 2JZ. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get a chance onto the pits, go and have a look at that piece of artwork that is Charlie Bates' manifold. It is absolutely stunning to look at the craftsmanship on that. Charlie Bates there a couple of meetings ago wasn't able, I can't remember whether he ran out of nitrous to get the turbo spooled up on the line, or they were having issues getting the turbo spooled up. And these guys run a system where they actually put a little bit too much power out so they spin the wheels slightly so that it doesn't stand up. Well, they couldn't get the turbo spooled quite to where they wanted to, so it did hook off the line. The front wheels on that rail were about a metre off the ground. Yeah, definitely taken off for either the moon or Sydney. Getting a rail that far off the ground, it would be a pretty scary to be sitting in the pilot seat. It's quite an achievement too. And of course Aaron Phillips in the Haltech sponsored Phillips Family Racing 23T. Believe it or not, his mum's car, that one. He's just getting all the kinks ironed out so she can jump in and run some PB.
Oh, 1.1 seconds 65th for Mr. Bates, 1.4, 664
211. That is a pass. Yeah, so 9.5 at 141 for Mr. Aaron. Seems a bit off the pace because he has been into the 8. And this is the Abbott Brothers Racing. So, I haven't seen the Abbott since Wellington Invasion back in January, I believe. And they ran a couple of 6-second passes. And stepping up from street cars, moving into the Sport Mod, and then they debuted this Pro Import, so tubular chassis, at least from the firewall back, still has factory chassis rails in the front and factory firewall. Debuted it in 2010, 14 years ago. Yeah, it's definitely been around for a long time, eh, that setup. No, it's a very well sorted vehicle. It's been over to Aussie quite a few times. It was the first 6-second Australasian 13B to beat the Aussies. So the 6s with the 13B, they may have 200 mile an hour multiple times, but we got the first 6.9. Yeah, we've had number of records. Oh, Corey, 108 to the 60. Early shoot. Early shoot, and he still went 160 mile an hour at 7.1. So